Live, learn, grow. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day today so far. I just want to share information because that's what I do. I want to talk about inflammation and why it's so important for us to follow the food plan. I feel like if I can give you some insight as to why I say, let's not eat dairy, let's not eat sugar, let's not eat the bleached flours and the breads and the pastas and, all of those refined carbs and sugar, there's a reason for it. And it's because of what it does to our body. Specifically, it causes inflammation. So let's get into it. All right. Prevention or intervention. We can stand on either side of that fence. Intervention is going to come at the time where you don't have a choice and you have to make a change and you're standing in the, at the crossroad where it's kind of like, if you don't make a change, then this is going to be the result. Or you can walk in the line of prevention and make these decisions ahead of time before you have any real health issues to come up. So why dairy free? No dairy. Here's the bottom line. There's an animal protein in dairy called casein. Okay. And casein is, again, an animal protein. Our body does not recognize that when it comes in. Okay. The first thing that casein does in our body, one, it absorbs slowly into your blood system. And then two, it acts as an opiate to our brain. So it's a stimulant. So you wonder why we're addicted. It's because it has the addictive properties to it. That's how our body translates that. Well, think about a foreign substance. What happens when a foreign substance comes into your body? It stimulates your immune system to respond. And casein does the exact same thing because your body basically translates that as something that's foreign. Okay. And so any foreign substance, be it a bacteria, a virus, chemical of some sort, our body looks at it like an antigen, which is basically the enemy. It's coming to disrupt our systems and it's coming to stop me from functioning the way that I normally function. So when that happens, your body releases antibodies and it's like, go get him. Go get that invader and get him out of here because he's messing up our flow. So the antibodies are released and they go and attack the antigen. Right now, the antigen is casein, right? That's coming from the dairy. So the antibodies are on their way to attack. What they want to do is attach to that invader and remove him from your body. That's their goal. That's what they do. Okay. So when we think about antibodies, what are some of the ways that we know our antibodies are functioning? Well, things like your tears, saliva, mucus, all of those things are a response from our antibodies, our body's natural system to remove invaders. Okay. Those things kick up. That's how you know what's happening. Okay. But here's the thing. Now, you take and you eat something else, like maybe canned vegetables, okay, that have been sitting and saturating in chemicals. Because if you're not checking the ingredients, I guarantee they're sneaking some other things in a can of peas, more than just peas and water. So we really have to be vigilant there. So you took in some dairy, the antibodies are released, right? They're going to save the day. Now you take in some other stuff, right? Like, let's say some canned foods, the antibodies once again are released because chemicals came in there. You're also walking around in our society everywhere. There's toxins. So you're taking it in through your skin, your pores are taking, right? You're breathing it in, and you're not only just doing that, but you are consuming it through bad eating habits, bad foods. Okay. Any bad food that's got the saturated fats. Okay. The carbs, the sugar, all of the processed sugar. Okay. All of these things will stimulate your body's immune response. So your body feels like, hey, we got to deploy again because there's some other stuff coming in here trying to disrupt our flow. Send the boys out. So the boys go out again and again and again because constantly, you see what I'm saying? There's stuff coming in. They're under attack. Your body's under attack. And it feels that way, but it goes on the defense because that's our natural mechanism that's put there to help keep our body in harmony, right? That natural mechanism kicks in, but it happens over and over and over again. The same antibodies are being deployed over and over and over again. So they go out to get one thing, But then before they can finish that, there's something else coming in. So as you can imagine, they might get tired. Think about it this way. Let's say you had a rodent infestation in your home. So you see one rat, which I hate rats, so I thought that'd be a good one. But so you got one rat coming in, you see it. So you go get a trap and you put the trap down and you're doing everything you can do. And then in the midst of that, another one comes in. And then you go get a trap and then you put the trap down and you're trying to get situated. And then another one comes in. And then meanwhile, another one comes in and another one and another one. And you're running around. But while you're running around trying to trap the mice, they're also defecating all over the place, right? So now the house is a mess. It's disgusting in there. You don't even want to be there. Everything's out of whack. It's all off balance and you are exhausted. Well, that's the same thing that happens to your antibodies. They get exhausted and they get wore out because they're constantly being released to go attack something that's coming in that really we could prevent, right? So here they are, they're getting sick. They're like, I am tired. I can't keep doing this. I'm exhausted. I am tired, right? But that's their job. But what happens when they can't do their job? They're in overload. And when they can't do their job, things don't function right. So think about this computer system, just like that. It doesn't function right. That's what's happening in your body. It's not functioning right. When it doesn't, when we can't remove the antigens, your antibodies are tired, they're exhausted, they're getting sick because they're constantly being attacked, right? So it's just, what happens every time. Like I said, your body's immune system sends out a response. Those antibodies go out and it stimulates the tears, saliva, or mucus. Another thing that happens, they get wore out. All right. And anytime the antibodies have to respond, it causes inflammation. The whole process causes inflammation in your body, which is basically the injury of healthy tissues. Look at all the tissues that are in our body. All these healthy tissues can be under attack when toxins come in, when chemicals come in, not only through our environment, but our food. You understand? All of these areas are being attacked. So inflammation is setting in your body every time the antibodies go and they're not successful and they can't finish their process, and it continues to happen over and over again. Those healthy tissues are being injured. And so it's just like a soldier, right? When he's down, he can't fight. He can't fight. And if there's nobody there to come get him, then he is a sitting duck, right? And that's the same thing that's happening in our body. So inflammation is at the core of every degenerative disease, period. Point blank, period. It's at the core of it. Inflammation. It's the start of every degenerative disease, as you can see here. Obesity being one, diabetes, all of these things are caused by inflammation, by an injury of healthy tissue, right? When healthy tissue is injured, scar tissue can form. When there's an overproduction of mucus, you have inflammation. But guess what else happens? When inflammation is kicked up, right, all in your body, mucus is produced also in your body. So let me put it to you this way. When I used to smoke, I used to spit loogies all day long, constantly, because my body was producing mucus, because every time I inhaled that smoke, it was a chemical coming in. So there would be a response in my body going, hey, we got to get this thing out of our lungs. So yeah, that mucus was coming in my lungs constantly, and I was constantly spitting it out, but I was not helping my body in any way because it was repetitive. That's why you can see a picture of a damaged lung and a healthy lung, damaged tissue and healthy tissue. Does that make sense? So that mucus was constant. Now think about this. Here's what also enjoys mucus. Bacteria, toxins, they live in mucus. So if you're having a production of mucus consistently like that in your body and it's not going out, hey, that's a rest haven for these diseases you're looking at right here. Chronic inflammation. This is a process that happens over and over again because of foods. And as you can see, there's an array of diseases that are all connected to it. Chronic, it happens over and over again. It's not it's not something that's just falling on you out of the sky. No, we have a hand in this situation. So that wounded soldier, your antibodies that are not functioning, that are, wore out, and they're under attack and the inflammation setting up and the scar tissue, it needs some help. So you got to send in some help. We've got to help our bodies out. So we are going to use fruits and vegetables to do that. That's the point of this plan. You understand? We are eliminating the mucus causing foods, the foods that stimulate this immune response in our body. We're eliminating those things and we're putting in the fruits and vegetables because they work. And so when you go to the doctor, for instance, high blood pressure or a cardiac issue or diabetes, no, they're not going to tell you, let me show you what you can eat to reverse this. They're going to give you a pill to address the symptom, but not get to the core. And like I said before, the core is inflammation, and that's what we're attacking. So we want to replace those meds with whole living foods because your body has the power to heal itself. But the only way it can heal itself is if you help it get there. You have to give it some assistance. We're going to come to the rescue here and we're going to stop tearing it down. We're going to eat real food, add in exercise. Breathing oxygen is great for your cells to help regenerate those cells, and clearly laughing every day and love, keeping a positive mind and drawing positive things to you. So eating healthy, we're looking at, is it going to be about prevention or intervention? Well, if we're not at the place of intervention yet, why not move in the place of prevention and prevent some of those things from happening? Because you have the control to do it. We're alkalizing our bodies. So as you can see, the image on the left is full of acid. That's what the scale represents. Like I was talking to you about your water. Water is the same way, but let's talk about the environment within your body. Okay. Because illness, inflammation, mucus, and dis-ease, which is what disease is, it's your body being in a state of dis-ease. It cannot exist that way in an alkaline environment, because in the alkaline environment, things are functioning as they should. Your body's harmony is flowing, versus when it's in an acidic position on the left, everything is in an uproar. It's on fire. So I wanted to share this with you. Look at inflammation's definition: burning fever. Point blank. That's exactly what's going on in your body when you have bad eating habits and you keep feeding those habits, right? That's what's going on. So dalak is the Hebrew word for inflammation. I like to get to the core of words so that you can really get a full understanding of it, right? And it means to chase, pursue, persecute. I thought that was crazy. Like, wow, persecute. And to persecute is to run after with hostility. And isn't that what's happening in your body when it is not functioning at its peak, when it's not in harmony? There's a hostility going on internally. But we're adding to it with the wrong food. So we have the power to turn this around. We have the power to love our bodies and put the right thing in and help it. We can come to the rescue with the fruits and vegetables. We can be consistent and we can be purposeful about it. And guys, I guarantee you will see a difference, because inflammation's at the core. So that's what we're attacking. So do your best. Do your due diligence to say, you know what? I don't have to put some cheese in my salad today. I don't have to drink some milk with my smoothie today. I can go plant-based and I can follow the plan and get almond milk or get coconut milk this time. For 21 days, I can do this. I can do it because, yeah, it's a trick. If you don't know, you just don't know. But if it's an addiction, it's causing those type of stimulants to take place in your body, you have to break it. So take back your control. I used to be addicted to cigarettes, and my grandfather used to tell me, are you going to let something that little with no life in it control everything you do? And that's exactly what I was doing. And I had to look myself in the face like, he's right. But I would do it. I would stand out in the cold for it, like cold, freezing temperatures for it. A little cigarette that was killing me. Same thing with our food. Take your life back. Take back control. Okay? Invest in yourself and choose to love your body. Give yourself the gift of health. We can do this, guys. All right. This is the end of this video. Live, learn, grow.